It's time for a little Funky Friday. From their funky hidden headquarters, your hosts, Keith and Gerry.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture Minefield with Keith and Gerry. I, of course, am the after-mentioned Gerry, and that is my bro Keith over on the other end. And in between the bookends, our guest tonight, Mikey Sutton, and of course, our fellow panelists, our pop culture friends, Jed from Pop Culture Archivist, and our good friend, Fat Steven Seagal. Oh.
How we doing?
Hello all.
I am Fat Steven.
Yeah,
Not Joe this time.
Yay!
Not
Yay.
Keith. I left
Uh,
my voice to talk running.
He's making fun of Keith, Mikey, if you don't
I am
know. Because when we came into the lobby before the show, Keith had his headset down and was talking like a robot or something. He goes, "Hi, my name is Keith. And today we wonder why Kathleen Kennedy is still here."
Because she has.
We're like yelling, "Keith!"
It was dirt on
you,
somebody.
You know she's going to be there for a couple of more years. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I pulled that article up from Geekosity. So, yeah.
Apparently it's causing a stir, apparently.
I gotta tell you, man. You know, we hate Kathleen Kennedy.
Yeah,
Really,
I know.
cannot stand her. But it's still under her control. We've gotten some good stuff, but not thanks to her. More like in spite of her. Mandalorian, for example. I enjoy the new series. The new animated series. I can't.
The Bad Batch.
Yeah, the Bad Batch.
Yeah, I catch up with that. I haven't watched it yet. It's been, man, the past couple of months have been crazy busy. I'll definitely. I love Rebels. That's just such a great show.
Rebel. Well, I'm a big fan of the Clone Wars, and I enjoyed the crap out of Rebels.
Yeah,
and this show is tied into both.
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
It's in between, and I really like that. And in fact, we got to meet the one droid before he got assigned to that ship in Rebels.
Oh, okay. Hold on just a second, Gerry. Hold on.
No problem. While we're waiting, I thought I'd go ahead and because everybody saw the big thing about Cowboy Bebop and the actress kind of being a shithead to fans today. And I just wanted to show this image in particular, and then another one that Fat Steven has. This image shows how the Japanese still get it. They will never bend the knee to these stupid fucking assholes. They never will. They're like, it's always more about engaging characters than characters that appease agendas. And fuck all that noise. And then Steven had this picture, which I really like. And it's got the cute corgi. I love the corgi. And then we got this, I don't know what the fuck that is on the left. What is that?
That is the discount stripper from UPS. I mean that's supposed to be Netflix Play.
Yeah, that's the person's going to be playing
I'm praying
the Cowboy Bebop.
Going to be in the show, is it?
That is going to be the show. That's the show.
That's Faye. And she had a Twitter feed. She had a video where she was complaining about.
Well, I wonder who produced this. Oh, it's Netflix. Oh, no wonder. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. Garbage. Hey, Mikey, you're back.
Okay, sorry about that.
It's just been,
Cowboy Bebop. It's been insane. I used to watch that show back in the 90s. They were the favorite among college kids back then. They were really into that. It was kind of, there's like a certain anime invasion that happened in the 90s, you might recall. and I was exposed to stuff like Legend of the Overfiend, things like that.
Oh no!
Lots of
Oh,
tentacles.
no.
Yeah. That's a college ritual. You have to see Overfiend at least once. At least back in my time.
Well, I wanted to go over some of these articles of yours.
Yeah, sure.
And,
Thank you.
So we're going to drop down background, leave you up here with add to stream. There we go. And first one is Spider-Man No Way Home could pave way for the Fantastic Four in the MCU.
Yeah.
You wrote the article, so I'm not going to read the article. You just go ahead and tell me what your thoughts are on all this stuff and what you know.
Yeah, this is a flashback to something I've been doing that lately, kind of updating old scoops of mine from years ago, just to see where they are now. And so at the end of No Way Home, this is a spoiler by the way. If you're used to me, you're used to hearing spoilers. So the plan is to have the Baxter Building at the
Mikey?
At the
Okay, I'm back. I told you I'm extremely busy. So anyway, the plan is to introduce the Baxter Building at the end of No Way Home, and that will be where the original Avengers Tower was. And they kind of teased it in Far From Home, right? Very end there. Mm-hmm. Now, when I scooped this back in 2019, John Watts wasn't announced yet as the director of the Fantastic Four, and most likely he was already signed like months before that it was announced, because that happens a lot. And they've already signed the guy. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if he was signed during the making of Far From Home, and he had that tease at the end, which is pretty much like leaning towards like the Fantastic Four are gonna move into that place. So I scooped 2 years ago that the Baxter Building would be introduced at the end of No Way Home, and that would basically lead into the Fantastic Four film. But when I scooped that 2 years ago, there was no word that John Watts was directing Fantastic Four. He directed all three of the MCU Spider-Man films.
Mm-hmm.
And so Spider-Man will be in the first Fantastic Four film, which is a homage to the Amazing Spider-Man #1 in 1963, which is Spider-Man's second appearance. And what did he do? He meets the FF.
Mm-hmm.
And if I recall correctly, Peter Parker is broke. He tries to join the FF because he thinks it's a salaried position because he needs money. And so it'd be hilarious if they keep that in the FF movie. But yeah, he's expect Spider-Man in the FF film.
Yeah.
I have no doubt about it myself, because when I saw this in the film, I was not just the building itself.
Yeah, the 1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's like, I thought that was like, oh my God, that is an obvious Easter egg.
Yeah, it is. And it's funny because, most people were like, oh no, he's not going to be in the FF. Like, that makes no sense. Well, it makes sense now, doesn't it? John Watts directing both. Like, I've been seeing lately, my scoops from 2 years ago are becoming reality now,
Yeah,
like
that's what I tell people all the time, is that you're batting 1,000.
Thank you.
I like baseball analogies. And
I love the sabermetrics and all that.
Right. And along with your batting average is the fact that your things, because people go, well, it's been 6 months. What's going on, Mikey Sutton? Why haven't it's like some of these things are for the long game. It's not the short game.
Yeah.
So
Can I ask a question, Mikey, quickly with
Sure.
this?
Yeah.
Do you think we've reached the point now, that's pretty obvious, I'm wondering if it's true, that they have no faith in Tom Holland as a solo lead when it comes to these types of movies? And he always seems to be paired off with some type of other hero, group of heroes. And it's taking away from what Spider-Man was. Like we got Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield that still led the solo Spider-Man, and we're not getting this anymore.
Well, there's actually a kind of financial reason for that. Is because Marvel Studios is producing these films, and so they have to have their own IP in there as well. If Marvel Studios owns Spider-Man, you would see more of a solo Tom Holland deal. But since they can't just have so many properties in there, they're making the movie, so obviously they have to push their own characters. But at the same time, the box office has been very receptive to have MCU characters in there. And they really want to make sure that people realize this is in the MCU, and whatever they can to further themselves from Sony's work, the better it is. They don't want to confuse a bad Venom film for something that Marvel Studios would do. And so there's it's a very complicated reason. But I've been hearing that Disney was planning on buying the Sony properties. The pandemic really delayed that from happening. I fully expect that in the next year or two, the rights will return to Disney, and they can have as much flexibility with a character as they want.
Yeah.
But the No Way Home is going to lead into the Doctor Strange sequel, so it's all part of a larger frame. So that's the thinking that goes into this. And people just like seeing Spider-Man with MCU characters. Honestly, I scooped years ago that the plan for Marvel Studios going forward is basically Marvel team up, and you're going to see more team up films because people are so used to seeing several heroes in the film, and a lot of it too is a reaction against DC. DC is doing all these standalone. I mean, don't get me started on Walter Hamada because I can go on and on about Walter Hamada and his idiotic ideas. Like, oh my god, like I don't think you got. I'm not sure if you got. I didn't write about this. It was so stupid. I didn't write about it. But I mentioned on YouTube that one of Hamada's ideas was a rip on WandaVision, and basically it's Bizarro World, like a sitcom. And like,
I remember.
Wait, wasn't I talking about this?
Did I? I remember I was talking to somebody about it. It's all blurred together.
We talked about this.
Okay, we okay.
Hey,
yeah.
Just for you, just for you, Mikey.
Yeah.
We got a new one. We got a new one. This is a special thanks for anybody who is a contributor.
Mr. Hamada, thanks you.
Oh God. Yeah, I mean, every time I hear DC news, I just gotta groan. I'm like, oh no.
Well, the thing with Hamada is the fact that the whole thing about doing some kind of a sitcom, wouldn't it have been easier just to go ahead and renew Powerless?
Yeah, give it a whole new staff, right? I mean,
or at least bring it into their streaming service.
Yeah,
and just do that show. I mean, pretty much it seems like almost everybody in that cast isn't doing anything, so it would probably be easy just to bring that show back.
Yeah.
Oh God, that guy's dumb.
Hey, Martin.
Well, Keith, I'll do you one better. What's Ambush Bug doing? Bring out Ambush Bug. I mean, come on. There's your Deadpool right there. There's your sitcom right there. I mean, there's some.
And on top of that, unlike Deadpool, Ambush Bug is really for everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
His humor isn't just skewered towards really excessively violent stuff.
Yeah.
He can go any which way with his humor.
Mm-hmm.
Wind up in some of the most ridiculous places, and I think they should go ahead and really have that character pop up, at least in a lot of the animated stuff. I think they've already had. He was featured in the final episode of Batman: Brave and the Bold.
Yeah, he was. I remember that now. Yeah.
So
but they're not using him though. It's a shame. I mean, he's such a funny character. Booster Gold was great as well. Like I've always pictured Nathan Fillion as Booster Gold. Just give him
Oh yes, yep.
Yeah, but the
Martin,
thing about that,
we'll miss you, man.
Oh, we're gonna miss you, Martin. The thing with Booster Gold is the fact that his story is such a fun story.
Yeah.
And he's a character that isn't taken very seriously. And I think as an individual character, I think he works. Not to say that I wouldn't team him up with other people. People keep wanting to team him up with Blue Beetle, which is great. But I think the power of Booster Gold is that I like how he plays off of everybody. He's kind of like the in my opinion, the non-silly ambush bug in a way. You know, he's a guy that actually does mean well. Yeah. And he wants to be a hero so bad. And whenever he ends up doing something really just off, he just goes all the way with it. It's never half steps with him. You know, he tries real hard. And I do like the character. But for me, it's just there's so much for him to pick from. And that whole Batgirl thing, I mean, that stinks of desperation. So you know that? That's desperation right there. And
it is. I mean, look, they couldn't even get in the theaters because there's just no faith in it. It's just going to HBO Max. A lot of Hamada's like film projects are going directly to HBO Max. They're like lower budget. They're not connecting with each other. Like, did anybody ask for a Black Canary spinoff from Birds of Prey? I mean,
that's the reason why I keep telling people, you know, a lot of people should realize that when David Zaslav gets in, when everything goes through, he will have the power to be able to change whatever he wants.
Oh, definitely. And he definitely will, Keith. He definitely will.
And any project that is not in theaters by the time David Zaslav comes into power, Zaslav will have the power to stop any movie that he wants and force reshoots, changes, all the stuff that they did to Zack Snyder to screw him up can go the opposite way. Yeah. So seriously, there is no reason for anyone that is down to clown with this Black Canary thing to ever think that it would ever really either see the light of day or ever be taken seriously enough to be added to the rest of the Snyderverse when it comes back. I think it's a one and done project if Zaslav decides to release it.
Yeah, I think with David, he wants to exploit the big DC properties. He's not going to settle for this, Black Canary TV show. Like, he wants to compete with the MCU and Netflix. He's not, and where Hamada is, he's very, he's fiscally conservative. Fiscally, he likes low budget films that make a small profit. But David is like, no, I don't want $1 billion movies. I don't want, stuff on HBO Max. I mean, obviously, they're really going to go full forward with HBO Max, but where are the theatrical releases here, like the big epic ones? I mean, all I'm seeing is Aquaman 2 and The Flash and the Batman. Okay, the Batman movie, I'm kind of worried about, guys, because, apparently it's more grounded than Christopher Nolan's films.
Matt Reeves comes out and says it's like the most emotional Batman movie ever, and I'm like, okay, look, that's not a selling point for Batman.
Yeah, is he gonna cry where Falling Pearls? I'm walking out. If I see Falling Pearls,
emotional in the way that he did comes off as saying, what everybody knows that emo is an acronym for being overly emotional.
Yeah.
And so he's just basically saying my movie is emo.
Well, worse than that, Gary. I mean, it's basically saying, Robert Pattinson, emo Batman, right here. he just confirmed your worst fears, right?
It's just like you walk away from him saying it, going, does nobody tell these people not to say these things in public? Don't we have managers anymore? Publicists?
I don't think they do. You know.
Oh, old redneck nerd.
Time there were people that wrangled these actors and filmmakers.
Yeah.
Keep them from saying stupid shit in public.
You know, redneck nerd. Let me just say this. That was before Hamada.
Yep.
But it was definitely not Snyder that put that out. The movie that got released in theaters suffered from the same exact thing that
Warner
you had the
Brothers
Justice
manipulation and yeah.
Yeah, it was Kevin Tsuchihara, right?
Mm-hmm. Kevin Tsuchihara and his people.
To something. Real Wade Nation, I like that damn movie. It's a good film. Christian Bale was a kid in it.
Is that a musical? That was a musical, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
I enjoyed the crap out of it.
It's funny, I remember films, like, I never saw it, but I remember trailers from 92. I can't remember from trailers from like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah. It also had what is his name from The Godfather in it? Good grief! One of the best actors from the 70s and 80s. He played Boo Bradley in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Pacino was in there?
No. Robert Duvall.
Oh, Duvall.
Robert Duvall. He's one of the publishers.
Mm-hmm.
And
awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's a really good. I guess you would call him a newspaper bearer.
You put Duvall in there. He's great in every role he's ever had. Just put him there. He's great.
Yep.
Duvall, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, Robert Duvall would have made a fantastic Simon Stagg.
Oh my God, dude!
Oh yeah,
seriously. Yeah. Holy shit, man!
And for all you kids out there, Simon Stagg is a character that actually has been in the Berlanti verse.
Yeah, and I thought Metamorpho was going to show up.
That's right. He teased that and never paid it off at all.
Nope. Like, where's my Metamorpho?
Oh God, Metamorpho!
I've been waiting for Metamorpho since I was a kid. One of my
same here. Metamorpho's awesome.
Favorite comic book.
They'll never have him because he's too problematic. So yeah.
It is. Look. The problem is that if Hamada really wanted to score some points, what he should have done was found someone that actually knows DC better than him and just sat down with them over the course of about 2 to 3 days and just jotted all these notes. I'm telling you right now, if he really wanted to do something that was low cost but could give him a lot of really cool results, if I'd been Hamada and I just wanted to take a shortcut, I would have just ordered Berlanti to go ahead and do the Blue Beetle television series that the producers from Smallville had originally wanted to do. Technology is a lot better than the short that they put together. If you go on YouTube, you can actually still find it that they put together for a Blue Beetle television series based on the current version of the character.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think what Hamada should have done was just combined the classic version of Blue Beetle with this current version and sort of have like a modern day version of Batman Beyond. And have
they have a time travel film in The Flash with time travel, no Blue Beetle. I mean, no Booster Gold in it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, you have. Have I told you guys this? I mean, it's this evil Barry Allen. Is gonna fight the regular Barry Allen. So you have Ezra Miller versus Ezra Miller, and so apparently the evil Barry Allen is gonna kill Barry Allen's mother, which I find very disturbing and weird, and just like, I'm not excited about this movie at all.
Hey, wait, look, it's all pre-Zaslav, and as far as I'm concerned,
it is.
when Zaslav gets in, he will fix what needs to be fixed. And anything that has been greenlit by Hamada and company, Zaslav will either get rid of it or change it or whatever. And I it's not like he is the ultimate cure for everything, but Zaslav is the right direction. He's what Warner Brothers needs and DC Comics needs right now. They need him.
Yeah, because there's nobody there that they can count on to provide an encyclopedic knowledge of DC, other than Jeff Johns, who's like persona non grata over there now.
Me, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So,
I will do it.
They have Jim Lee, but he doesn't know anything about movies. So
no, and they won't listen to him.
Don't listen to him. No.
I'll do it. I will take Jeff Johns' place, and I will be their guy.
And bring out Ambush Bug and Booster Gold, man.
and even first thing I would do is just have Hamada call up Steven Spielberg and say, I'm willing to greenlight your Black Hawk movie.
Oh God! Oh, dude!
Yes,
I've been waiting for that since '82.
Keith, you had
82
to say
when
Black
Starlog
Hawk.
first announced it.
Keith is always bringing Black Cock into it.
You will, for good reason, you know. I want to see that lady from Chuck as Lady Blackhawk.
Oh yeah,
dude, Mike, that'd be so freaking awesome, though.
You know how awesome that would be, right?
Yeah.
I think Zaslav would easily go ahead and greenlight even Dwayne Johnson's idea for the Justice Society. That would be fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I got a question for you guys. How do you screw up Jonah Hex? The easiest character to write. Seriously, how do you screw that up?
And you know what? I keep hearing rumors that that's one of the things being considered for the MCU, which is to start developing stuff like westerns and basically try to go.
That's from me.
Oh, that's from. See, you're doing it. You're everywhere, Mikey.
I really would like to see some of the classic war comics too.
Yeah.
I mean, when we had Captain America: The First Avenger. When he had his team, I just forgot their name. The team he worked with.
Oh, that was the.
Oh my God!
That was.
All these comic nerds here, not one of you fuckers can remember this.
Well, the thing is, Captain America's not really the leader of that team. It's actually
I know, but
the Invaders.
The something Commandos. The
Howling Commandos.
The Howling Commandos.
I would love to see their own movie.
That'd be awesome.
I know, right?
And have Mick, what's his name, with dreamy eyes in there.
Well, and have you heard the theory about the fact that with Steve Rogers at the end of Endgame having gone back in time to live his quote unquote life, that they could use that as a way of rewriting some of what we know about the past? That technically he could have gone back and actually fought, have done secret missions outside of what he's actually known for. And so there's actually a way that Red Guardian could have actually met him.
There you go. Howling Commandos right there.
Now, if you bring in a name more, I would love to see the Invaders,
Oh,
God, that would be so good.
I've been wanting them to do the Invaders. I was like, can you guys please do the Invaders in World War II?
Oh God,
with the Howling Commandos, that, I would want that movie.
Submariner and Torch and Toro,
yeah,
Wizard, and oh my God.
Well, technically, the Human Torch is there. He is in the.
That's exactly it. They had that Torch there.
They showed the robot. Yeah, they showed his robot. So
they're gonna come back to it. They own everything now. So.
Except they're all going to be female versions because that's what they need to do. So it'll be the checklist heroes.
See, and this is where Zaslav can actually jump ahead, because I'm telling you, if he develops an entire World War II universe for DC characters,
oh man,
then he could turn around and do the Julia Schwartz sci-fi DC Comics
Space Cabbie and Strange Adventures. You know?
It's everything from Space Cabbie to Mysteries in Space with Captain Comet, and develop stuff like even all the Thanagar stuff. I mean,
go ahead. Yeah, I just hope that they realize what a huge bench they have, because they're focused everything on Batman family, everything, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, okay, you have HBO Max, you want R-rated comic book fare. Why are you sitting on Unknown Soldier? There's your R-rated fare right there. Like, how badass would Unknown Soldier be? We've never seen in live action.
Well, how about do something that the MCU should have done with Black Widow, and go ahead and develop the spy portion of the DC universe, because you've got King Faraday, and you could use that as a prequel series to lead into such groups as Checkmate, and to introduce you to characters like Christopher Chance, the Human Target.
And
I enjoyed that series. Hey, we got chat. I really need to get to it, man.
Yeah.
I sent you a message, and I don't think anybody read the message.
The second Human Target show that was on a few years ago, that was so good.
I love that show.
Love that show.
We got a military vet to play
2002?
It was really good.
Yeah.
But Old Redneck says, we just watched Netflix screw up a massive barbarian in a furry thong, fighting a blue-skinned skeleton to the death in the first episode. Never underestimate Hollywood's ability to screw up anything. Well, first of all, Netflix is the official /fiction network, because they turn everything really kind of gay, which is fine. If that's where you want to make your money, that's fine. But stop trying to sell it like it's official good stuff. It's not. It's not official. We don't recognize it. So there you go.
We do recognize it, though. We recognize it as not being official. We recognize it as them trying to tell us it's something good.
We derailed a little bit. Let's get back to Mikey's amazing work this week.
Yes.
Spider-Man No Way Home actor revealed Tobey Maguire in film, and I recall seeing behind-the-scenes green screen photos of two of the actors together.
You know what? That's actually real.
Or not Tobey, the other kid.
Yeah, I thought it was bogus. I mean, I posted it on my Facebook. I didn't do any articles on it. I thought, this is too good to be true, right? I mean, I know they're going to be in it, but that photo to leak was too good to be true. What happened, guys, was that Sony is like taking them off social media. They're like putting copyright strikes on them, and I know it's for real, because I don't think I ever told you these guys, but Warner Brothers did that to me. They gave me a cease and desist, which...
Oh, no, I knew about that. Yeah, you talked to me when it happened.
Okay. Yeah, I knew they would. I just find it hilarious, but Sony is doing that. If you see that pic of Toby and Andrew on the set, those are real shots. So...
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm very stoked that they're doing this. First of all, I'm stoked that Sam Raimi's back. I thought he did the best version of Spider-Man. I love Tobey Maguire.
Tobey was fantastic.
Yeah, he was. And Spider-Man 2 is my second favorite superhero film of all time, after Superman 1979 or 78.
78,
yeah.
I think Spider-Man 2 ranks as my fifth favorite comic book.
It's up there for me.
Script Doctor does not agree with that, but and I understand why he doesn't, because he's going after it technically, and I get it. But the fact is I still love it. I love that film. I felt like the characters were captured correctly, and I just really enjoyed that. But I totally understand Script Doctor's stance on that, and I will not argue with him. He's 100% right. Sorry again. I keep clicking on people's comments, and I sabotage poor Zach, who's managing it tonight. Sorry, Zach.
A live action Dr. Fate movie socks would be kind of cool, but you got Pierce Brosnan playing the character, at least in Black Adam. So hang on to that. That's actually pretty cool news.
I guarantee you, anything The Rock is doing for DC is going to be fucking awesome.
Oh, it is, yeah. And The Rock wants a cohesive universe. He's not into this all standalone shit like that Hamada
Let's
wants.
go over this shit here, Mikey.
Sure.
Because I was absolutely on this shit, and then you like come out with that stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, I just figured this out on my own.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm like, that is not Doctor Strange. There's something wrong with him.
I said it was Mephisto right away.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Well, I thought it was Mephisto too, but when he did that surreptitious fucking wink, I'm like, that's Harkness. What the hell?
Yeah.
Is that where Harkness is? I've got goosebumps just talking about it. Just now.
Well, it all like, okay, at the end of WandaVision, like her kids are trapped somewhere, right? You don't know where they are. So my thinking is that if that is Mephisto, not Doctor Strange, where's Doctor Strange? Then Doctor Strange is being held where one of his kids are. That's my theory on that. But when I saw this trailer, right, I was like, there is something weird about Doctor Strange, but in a bad way, right? That is not him.
No, it wasn't.
That flippant attitude is not him. He seems careless, like he couldn't
distracted?
concentrate.
I'm like,
distracted,
on.
Right? Totally distracted, right? And then I was like, and then I started making some calls, and then I had this insider who leaves cryptic texts, and I had to decipher them because he wants to be a writer, so he's trying to show off to me. So I figured out from his text that the snow in his Sanctum Sanctorum it's a reference to Dante's Inferno. The ninth circle of hell, a devil is in a frozen lake. So symbolically, the clues are there. He's standing in front of the fireplace, just like Mephisto did in One More Day, which I scooped back in December. I said back in December, they're going to adapt One More Day. And sure enough, Doctor Strange is erasing people's memories of Peter Parker as Spider-Man. Like my scoop is in the trailer. I mean, it was wild.
Well, he even in the comics, he literally was talking to Mephisto in a page, asking what's wrong with Peter's soul. How do I get back Peter's soul? The other clue is Mikey with that is too is that when you're watching the interaction with him and Peter Parker in that trailer, first of all, he's wearing a very feminine fitting hoodie, the light color. Yeah, that's not him. He's wearing the parka. His hair is different. The hair is flipped to the side. There is a lot of little nuances. So either this is him or this could be Strange, but a manifested possessed.
Possessed, exactly. Yeah, I'm thinking he is possessed by Mephisto.
Yeah, Mephisto screws with a lot of the Marvel universe.
In the article, and I want to point this out because Keith and I talked about this a long time ago.
Yeah,
that dealing with their relationship with China, that there's a good chance that they will mix Mephisto and Nightmare.
Yep, they will.
Character.
They will,
even though you would think they'd have learned a lesson now that their relationship with China is not going to work. Shang-Chi showed that.
Yeah.
They won't learn whatsoever. So
Hollywood never learns.
Yeah, I don't think they'll even call him Mephisto. They'll probably just call him Nightmare. But he basically has the Mephisto role in this. So and he'll have elements of Mephisto. They're gonna mash them up together. Is what's gonna happen.
Yep.
Mikey, do you remember in Loki where he said, "Well, I could be sent to hell or something," and he goes, "Oh, that's another place. Somebody else runs that." Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When he was, that was another little hint.
You're right.
That is the place below, and it's actually also shown within the WandaVision. It's not just the TV colors. Now you're seeing like the three Technicolor colors, the rectangles. You're getting the red, green, and blue. I believe red stands for the place below, green stands for the place below, or place above, heaven, hell, and then you get the middle place, which is purgatory. All three, which are doorways guarded by Man Thing.
And I've been waiting for that. It's like, oh my god, they tried to make a Sci-Fi Channel movie about 20 years ago, and did not work. I can hardly wait till we
Oh
get
God,
to see
Yeah, you
the
remember that?
comic-based man thing. But let's move on to the next article because I know we don't have you for much longer here. Disney plans to extend
the big
Kathleen
one.
Kennedy as Lucasfilm president.
Yeah.
It's well known that she and a few other people, I feel that they should be taken out and treated like harp seals and clubbed. Not to death, but playfully tickled with clubs. And if blood comes, it's just good tickling. So yeah, I've been expecting this.
Yeah, I've investigated this for 4 months and trying to find anything outside. I mean, anything that proves that she's being fired or not renewed or whatever. No, I mean she's locked in and she'll probably get a multi-year deal. What I'm hearing, guys, is that they're planning on making the announcement in October. If not, they will probably announce it on that Disney Plus day they have coming up, and have her there, and then maybe they'll announce it at that time. But yeah, she's definitely gonna get renewed. You have Jon Favreau now like praising her. But here's the thing, though. Here's the part that I wanted to. I'm not sure if I emphasized in the article enough. Is that Filoni and Favreau pretty much have their own playground on Disney Plus. I mean, she's not going to interfere with what they do. I mean, she lets them do their thing. In fact, if I was to say what her ultimate wrongdoing was in the sequels, was to give JJ and Ryan Johnson way too much power, way too much freedom, without being the editor and saying, you know what, that doesn't work. And
Also, the writers group was writing.
Yeah, all the writers group and everything too. Yeah.
Go. Fucking Hidalgo.
Go.
Again, it for someone that
wasn't that a show of a movie about a dog?
to have someone that had the kind of success that she had over the years prior to becoming president of Lucasfilm, she did not need a story group. She did not need all those people. And I think the biggest mistake, in my opinion, that she made was bringing those people in. She could still do whatever she wants without all those people. She does not need them.
I mean, look at the success that Filoni and Favreau have had. Those guys are hardcore Star Wars fans to the max. They live and breathe Star Wars. It reflects what they do, right? How many of those people, like in a story group, are on that level of Star Wars fandom, right?
None.
Yeah, because JJ proclaims to be a Star Wars nerd, but actually his neighbor, old best friend, who was in the TV series Heroes as the fat cop. He's more of a real Star Wars nerd than JJ is.
Yeah, JJ is Favreau, like doesn't like to continue with things.
Favreau is definitely one of us, and I've always considered him one of us since the late 90s when I found out how much he loves Star Wars, and I've been a fan of his since 1996. I fucking love his movies. But we're running out of time with you, so I want to move to the next one.
Sure.
Disney intends to bring Sony Spider-Man characters home to MCU, which I know because it's in the photo that we're talking Sinister Six shit here. Because we talked about Rothman ad nauseum because he's an asshole and how he's tried to do this. But I'm hoping with Kevin Feige, we're going to see the Sinister Six handled correctly. So give us some hope. Give us some hope.
Yeah, you will. They're actually in their way home. So,
yay!
No Way Home is a much bigger film than I think anybody had expected. At least from a couple of years, they had a different plot for this film years ago. The whole Spider-Verse thing pretty much happened after the animated film did so well, and Sony went to Feige and goes, "Hey, we need to." Do a live action version of this, and everybody just got excited. When they brought Sam Raimi onto Doctor Strange, everything just kind of fell together. Because Sam Raimi is the one. Spoiler warning out there. I said this before, but Sam Raimi is going to be the one to conclude Tobey's story as Spider-Man, and it'll happen in Doctor Strange. I mean,
You think
he'll have his endgame moment. Yeah, his endgame moment.
Good.
So basically, it's basically going to be something that's going to make a lot of fans of Miles Morales happy because they're going to get what they want.
Yeah.
They are hot and heavy to have that happen.
Yeah, well, I like Miles Morales, but Miles Morales was nothing more than a Hispanic version of Peter.
True.
Yeah.
That was
just a copy.
Really
that's
not
all
very,
he is.
Yeah, it's like, couldn't you have done something different with him? Because they did with other characters, but they just wanted to. It just felt cheap what they did.
Well, the thing with Miles is that he becomes Spider-Man after Peter Parker dies. Well, it'll be Tobey Maguire is the one whose death will inspire him. Here's my Miles Morales story for you guys. Kevin Feige really wanted to wait before they would introduce Miles Morales. He wanted to, like after Tom Holland's sixth Spider-Man film. No, he's gonna marry MJ. He's gonna ride off into the sunset. Okay, then have Miles Morales take over. But Sony needs money, and especially after the pandemic going on, they feel the strain of not having box office money in their bank accounts, and so they want to bring out Miles Morales early and do a Ultimate Miles Morales franchise. And they feel the character is very hot right now because of the animated films and everything.
Well, I hope they fix him for the films. And do better with him than they did in the comics.
Let's wait until Holland's gone. You're gonna have two Spider-Men swinging around. It's gonna be confusing.
I would rather have Miguel there than
Yeah.
Miguel's awesome. They need Spider-Man 2099. He's awesome, Spidey. So.
Oh yeah, they have plans for him too, but that's for Disney Plus. But that's another story.
I don't like Miles one bit. Like,
I like all of them. It's just the fact that I think they need to take advantage of the fact that with Miles, he works best when.
God.
I think Miles works best if you keep him young.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. Yeah. It's the same thing that they learned with Buffy the Vampire Slayer and other characters. The character works best when you keep them young.
Yep.
To hire any Miles Morales that's in his 20s or whatever is not going to work. You need to keep this kid young. In fact, you need to make him a freshman just beginning high school.
I would make him 14.
14? That'd even be better.
Yeah, 14. Like 8th grade.
That way you can keep the actor.
Thrown at you when you're 14. Jeez.
Yeah, you keep the actor and the character around longer, and you can do more with that character over a period of time. Yeah. I would also go ahead and just unleash the rest of the Spider-Verse, and I would start with Silk, who has a really cool story.
Yeah, well, she's got a show on Amazon Prime. Hey guys, I gotta get going, guys. I got another meeting to attend to. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for showing up, Mikey.
I will return. I'll be back.
Yeah, you're supposed to do a scoop with us, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because God, between the Kathleen Kennedy and the Doctor Strange and the anniversary and my comic book's coming out.
Yeah,
there's so much stuff.
Shit. Yeah, I'm proud of you, man.
Thank you, guys.
Love you too.
Have a great weekend.
Mikey.
I'll see you guys later.
Mikey.
Thank you.
Take care,
Bye, Mikey.
Bye.
He is so cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I could say that's the end of the show, but the fact is we might talk for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
We should talk. Let's round out an hour at least. Jesus. Jesus
I will say this. Marvel does have everything they need to take a particular direction with their films from here on out that could be almost completely different than what anybody has speculated at this point if they actually dove into their books and dug out some of these really cool characters. Again, they're not, and I can understand why they're not. Kevin Feige has a plan, and he's trying to stick to that plan. I get it. Fine with that. But they really need to not try to go woke with too much more of this stuff. I think what they have now is about as far as they should go. Mm-hmm. And that they should just go ahead and start developing other things. You know, they have characters that they could excuse me, easily take a particular direction and develop a certain direction, a certain way of doing things. I think you have the character of Jimmy Woo there. In my opinion, what they should have done was just develop the Agents of Atlas.
That's still
as an idea.
But that's still been rumored to be in production, and WandaVision was actually attached to it. That's why Jimmy Woo was so prominent in that series.
Yeah. But I mean, I think what they should have done was develop that more as within the main portions of the film. In other words,
it should replace S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, but I mean, I think instead of making a Shang-Chi movie, which important, doesn't rate as high if you no longer have Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have easily have done what they needed to do for Shang-Chi on Disney Plus and had Agents of Atlas as a major event for the films. The characters that are in there and how it weaves in throughout the entire Marvel universe easily makes this one of the top things that they could do. And you could easily attach that to Daughters of the Dragon and other things. And I don't know. It makes a lot of sense when you think about it. And if you're familiar with the Agents of Atlas, that just connects to so much. And it's fun.
Well, they did drop that they were trying to do Agents of S.W.O.R.D. too. So
yes. All of that would just work out a lot better, and I think it fits better. You know,
yeah.
And again, I'm not Kevin Feige. I can't, I don't know what he's juggling, but to me, if you do not have Tony Stark, that kind of really takes the wind out of your sails as far as introducing the 10 rings and continuing that on. I mean, they knew they were killing him off. They've known that.
This is part of what I was talking about. Is Phase 4 is a failure by most standards. It is Kevin Feige's shitting the bed moment, and I think that too much thought went into this, and then too much withdrawal after thoughts were decided on. That's why we saw so much editing and changes going at WandaVision, Loki, reshooting,
Black Widow.
Black Widow is a great example. They're still doing it too. Yeah, they're still doing it. They keep moving things around all the time.
Yeah, well, that's the way he operates. He believes that he can switch out different things and make things work. And you can't always do that. Black Widow should have been an espionage thriller. Is what that film should have been. An espionage
film, prequel, and it should have been like prequel. So they could have gotten 3 movies out of it, and we could have, and it should have come out at least 5 years ago.
At least. But if you weren't going to do that 5 years ago, you could have at least done something that would have been more along the lines of where the character's true strengths lie. Because she really is not on the same level as a Thor or on a Captain America, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Her skills are best used in
like
more
that line out of Seinfeld. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
It's just her skills. She is like the ultimate espionage agent, and they did not play into that at all. That entire Black Widow film is like, hey, look how I'm almost kind of like superhuman myself. You know, we're gonna have her fall several stories down and not get hurt.
It got stupid. I mean, they wanted to create that joke, that gag. I hate gags. First of all, gags in movie. That's what killed Ghostbusters 2016. It wasn't a story. It was just a bunch of gags.
Yeah, it was gag after gag
her
after
falling
gag.
and the sister making fun of her landing, the heroic landing thing. It's like, you know what? Deadpool did that and did it better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's really what it is. That entire film is nothing but leftovers, or half-baked ideas that would have worked with another character. It almost seems like that entire film was developed with no real thought. Whoever did it didn't recognize what the character's core strengths were. When you see her in Winter Soldier, to me, that is the best use of that character. Pretty much outside of I'm saying that's the best use of her character, period. Everything she does in the Winter Soldier film is spot on. And what they needed to do was more of that.
They had her doing early on was always spot on. She was a tough ass agent. Please go back to Kylock's comment. I wanted to point out that we're glad to hear that, man. And our thoughts are with you, buddy. We were all thinking and worrying about you. So hope everything is well. Take care of yourself, man. And I guess I'll announce that with me is the wife and I are signed up to do a diet program together. And we've already started the process, and I'm rejecting the no caffeine. I told them that. They're like, well, you'd really cut back on the caffeine. I'm like, no. I don't do cocaine. I don't drink booze, but I'm not giving up my caffeine. I cannot face you fuckers without my caffeine. But I'm very intrigued by this program because it's very similar to the one that I did before when I first gained a little bit of weight. And I was living with Mac at the time, and I'd gained about 100 pounds, and I lost all of it in 45 to 50 days.
Wow.
It was a high protein, low carb diet with 20 minutes of exercise every day. And man, I just dropped the weight fast. But now I'm in my 50s and I gained more weight because I lost that weight and kept it off for years. And then all of a sudden I hit my PTSD depression period, and I just eat a box of Little Debbie cakes at night just to get through the night.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at people going, I fucking hate you. I'm just going to down some cupcakes. Oh, I feel better now. I don't hate you anymore. The sugar makes me feel good. I like you. I'm going to go to bed.
Eating my feelings.
Yeah, I was doing like a sumo wrestler. I'd eat, and then go to sleep. And then a few years later, it's I didn't know how to get out of it. I was in this deep funk, and my sister pissed me off, and I spoke to her very clearly on how I felt, and I was very angry, and it dealt with my kid, and all of a sudden that anger being unleashed unlocked the door for me, and all of a sudden I lost 300 pounds, and but thanks to COVID, I gained over 60 pounds, but I lost 20 of it in the last 2 weeks on my own without any help.
Cool.
So I know I'm going to do fine. I'll get all this weight off, and then we'll see who pulls their shirt off and impresses me or White Keith. Which I talked to him today.
Oh, you did?
Wait, what, Jed?
Yeah, I've lost 20 pounds. So I was just I was shocked. So I was like, wait, because I had to go every 6 months. I have to go have a checkup, and I lost 20 pounds. I was like, wow.
Fantastic. Hey, good evening, Dad Man Walking. You came in at near the tail end of the show, but I'm glad you're here no matter what. I like it when the guys and gals that we see regularly show up. I don't know. I feel like we're like a pub.
Yeah.
You know, we should all have like beer drinking, and somebody comes in the door. You go, Norm,
Yeah.
Cliff.
Somebody said that about our channel because everybody at one time or another files through there. They're like, it's like Cheers over there. Everybody just files through whenever, and they come and chill. And like, I was like, yeah. So yeah, it's like that over here too. It's that same feeling. It's cool.
Oh, we have a lot of the same people.
I know, right?
It's like they're pub hopping.
Yeah, they're like, hey, let's go from the pub over here to that one over there.
What does he say here? I have a problem with time. Sometime except with that man walking. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's yeah. You know what? If it wasn't for the copyright, I'd probably do that.
Oh yeah.
But you know, God, everybody's just so litigious today. It just really bugs me. But I guess we can talk about your next show, Steven, for next Wednesday.
What's happening next Wednesday?
That's what I'm asking you.
Well, we haven't really come up with anything.
I'm not going to fucking promote your show. You promote it. God damn it.
And yet you're on it and want us to retweet all your shows. That's kind of ironic right now.
Yeah. It's not ironic.
He might have lost that weight, but he talks a lot more of it out of his ass.
You need to go read a book and learn what irony means.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're still thinking you're going to look good shirtless.
What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
Shut up. What are you doing next week?
Not producing for here, that's for sure. No.
Oh, fuck you. What is next week?
I really haven't decided. We're still waiting for Mikey Sutton for that one thing we were talking about. I know he's super busy, but we want to get him on. We might switch it to an every other week format just so people can have a Wednesday to relax. But if you guys come up with something, we'll do the thumbnail and get going. A lot of news is going on. We covered most of it this week. Disrespect is suing Purple Platform. Twitch actresses can't keep their mouth
I'm excited about that. I really want to find out more.
Aliens Fire Team is supposedly getting good reviews in a way. It's pretty much down to earth. Go ahead.
What, Keith?
Here's a question. Did anybody here go out and buy their own copy of Batman 89, the comic?
I wasn't able.
I have no comic shop open around here.
Yeah, well, a lot of our comic book stores closed down around us in Phoenix, so I was just like, ugh.
If you want to get me one, sure, Keith.
Yeah,
that's the thing. They're all out around me. I mean, nobody has a copy of that comic.
I go check Amazon.
I did read Superman 78 is really good.
I got my copy today.
I did not like the artwork on that.
I hear the art is
very
bullshit.
unhappy with the artwork.
The art was in, but the story and the writing is good.
Well, the story is the movie.
Yeah.
So,
well, they did change it up.
Yeah, I am kind of
they
being
did
a dick.
change it
yeah,
up.
I'm being a dick to you, Jed. It's okay.
Yeah, I know you would.
But hey, what do you got going next, Jed?
Oh, me and well, Sunday is our thing that we do every week. We just probably at the last minute we'll figure out what we're doing, like always. But on Wednesday, me and Ironcaster started a brand new show on Wednesday with Retro Gaming, and we started playing the original Final Fantasy this last Wednesday. So, and there are going to be more shows where me and Iron and several other people are just putting them together. So Iron is like officially one of the main people on the channel now. So, yeah. And
I gotta tell you, looking forward to it. Socks is saying Doomcock has gone off the deep end now, and he's making videos on Mikey. What is wrong with Doomcock? I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about.
No, dude, I don't know because I've been busy all day doing stuff on streams and other things, so I don't know what's going on. So
I'm looking it up right now because I don't know why he would do that. Because Doomcock so far is really been right about 10% of the time, whereas Mikey is, like I said, batting 1,000. He's not been wrong yet on anything. And so we get people like when Mikey was on the last time, somebody posted a comment, and I'm like, one, who the fuck are you to talk about Mikey?
I've been in other streams where Mikey's at. People get pissed at him a lot.
They can get as pissy as they fucking want.
I don't know why they do that.
Stand with Mike.
Oh, I know. He's a really good person. But I don't know why they get pissy with him.
I'm not even talking about what he uses. I think he's kind of a cunt, Mikey.
Yeah.
I forgot to say one thing.
I love Mikey.
Monday, I'm trying to work it out, and I'm hoping Bruce Boxleitner replies, but that might hopefully be a future guest. I'm also thinking about inviting Patricia
I would love to
for
see
another
that.
Babylon 5 show.
Oh, Bruce
and I will not ask to be on it if he's there, because I'm not one of those assholes.
Oh, I won't let you on, especially if it's not talking about Babylon 5. We already know this.
Yeah, it's like I never felt more out of place. Like, I love that show. And you guys start talking, I'm like, wow, I thought I really loved this show, and I don't know shit about it.
You don't know shit about it. It's funny.
And I loved it. I promote it. It's like, oh my God, I thought I knew this show. I didn't.
You know what? Being on the show with Steven and everyone else is really. There are things about it that even I never thought that I understood. So, it's forced me to really dig deep. Certain things that I thought I knew.
God, you're not coming out of the closet, are you?
No, it's
he's finally coming out of the closet.
This really sounds like one of those talks.
No, he's like,
no.
I love you, Gerry. I
want to admit here and now in front of everyone, I am a male lesbian.
What I think
the hat proves it, So
I self-identify as a lesbian in a man's body.
I know, right?
And proud of it.
Yeah.
Are you like one of those, like short hair, Birkenstock kind?
Well, he's got the vest. He needs the Birkenstocks, and he has the hat. So
What I think.
I pray that he's wrong, but the fact is if Mikey says it, I'm going to put faith in it. That Kathleen Kennedy's staying, so I'm not happy.
I've said she's gonna stay because there's no way in hell she's going. Hey, I think she has some dirt on people at Disney, and that's the reason why she hasn't.
Oh, that's been brought up before. That's how she's. Yeah. But and we know that there's a slight association between her and a few other Hollywood people, and that guy that killed himself in prison in New York.
Oh, did you hear about the prison? But they're with quotations in the air, closing it down.
Avatar.
Yeah, closing it down.
No, he's changing his avatar. What are you doing?
I know.
What are you doing? Come on, Steven. What are you doing? It's gonna be Kathleen Kennedy. You watch. What's it gonna be? Steven, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Oh, I thought
you're a boob on the screen right now, Steven.
I know. Yeah, I'm waiting to get a sentence. Wow. That's the only way to do it lately. I can't raise my hand. You can't see it.
Yeah, they should have that because, like, for like a raising of the hand, so you can say something. Like it just pops up. I think that'd be great. For what we pay for StreamYard, I mean,
I know really $240 a year. Like, come on,
it's ridiculous for what we pay.
Well, at least you don't pay $440 a year on Restream, so that's for 1 year over there.
Wow!
Oh my God, that's funny.
It's twice.
No, I'm reading
the
Dead Man
amount.
Walking. What he said about you.
Yo, dude, he plays Fortnite with us, with me and Mark and a few others. Somebody said I was worse than Steven like a couple nights ago, which I was like, okay, I'm shocked at that one.
What does that even mean? Like,
that's awful? I was just like, what?
I don't know what that means.
That's what I was saying. I was like, what?
I like Steven's game videos.
So I was like, what does that mean? Like, so I just play the game, but I'm serious about the game. So like I play it. So
I'll tell you, I've tried the game that Steven does, Fortnite, and I can't stand it. I can't.
I
I like
don't think
first-person shooters and third-person shooters, but for some reason I cannot get the hang of that game.
just becomes Beavis with too much candy.
Well,
That's actually what one of my characters on Cotton Connection is based it off of. Like Beavis and like Bobcat Goldthwait.
He's going through his avatars.
Yeah,
There you go.
Deadpool.
good choice.
Yeah.
When in doubt, Deadpool.
Or Deadpoo, if it's Winnie the Pooh.
Deadpool.
This is a great show.
What is?
Is my mic not coming quiet or something?
Yeah. It you go really quiet at times.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, because I've been talking. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, we like every now and then you'll talk and then it'll just cut out.
No, I get cut off.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
said
the
the
mic
shoot.
wire.
Yeah. He said the shoot in a Blade Runner game is hilariously bad.
It is bad.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, the target range? Yeah.
Yeah.
Any word on your hard drive, Gary?
No, and did you see my post? Because like Lawrence posted on there, he's the guy that's working on it, and I asked him this morning, like before I started work, I'm like, any updates? I don't know what's going on. He was cleaning it, and it was supposed to have been done yesterday. Cleaning. And then he was gonna update me, and I haven't heard anything, and I'm terrified.
Oh, I hope it works.
Because here's the problem, and he showed me that when I brought him the entire computer, he says it's not just that it's covered in soot, but he says the top, it's tacky, it's sticky. There's a little bit of stickiness to it, and that is from the chemical that the fire department uses.
Oh.
And if that got into the hard drive, it's ruined. It's corrosive. And it's like, so he's sitting on pins and needles. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm trying not to get stressed out about it. Thanks for bringing it up.
Oh, I'm sorry for asking. I apologize.
Well,
I actually am glad I talked about it.
It was in the case, so hopefully the case protected it a little bit. So
well, see, he showed me because there are two hard drives in there. There's the backup. What do they call it? The boot drive. There's a boot drive, and then there's the main hard drive. And the boot hard drive was covered in that sticky stuff too, because it got into the computer through the vents, where the fan is and shit.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to think. And so I'm like, I'm just trying not to be stressed about it and have a good time and still talk. Yeah. Wait. With some of the stuff on that hard drive, if it becomes self-aware, well, it's horrifying. The mix of 70s and 80s porn that I have on there too.
And in the tentacles, and so.
That mixed with Kate Bush. I mean, just too much Bush.
Keith's like,
Kate Bush. That's a name I haven't heard in quite a while.
We don't have anything else to cover. We're just sort of talking before we close. And Keith and I are going to be doing a new series. It'll be recorded and then released live, where Keith will sit there and be in the chat. I'm actually just directing it and producing it. And it'll be like 5 to 10 minutes of him talking about what's wrong with, what grinds my gears, but everything wrong with Rothman, Kennedy, Kurtzman, and he's going to go into the details.
Yeah,
I think it'll be pretty educational.
That's cool.
And we'll do that, like release one a week, and it'll take him only a few minutes. Like I said, 5-10 minutes to record them.
I'm loving it.
Loving every minute of it.
Iron's gonna try to get us to have. Culture said I need to get at least one video up a week up on our channel, so I'm gonna try to do it with Iron and see if what we can do, or Mark and Iron, see if we can get at least one video a week up on the channel. So he goes, you don't have to have a bunch, just one. So
yeah, basically, if you guys are online, you should be watching Fat Steven's channel and Pop Culture Archivist. And don't forget, we have the Blade Runner discussion group tomorrow, and then every Tuesday and Thursday I do the live stream of Blade Runner game. If some people find it boring, I don't care. I really don't care. I'm enjoying playing it. People come in and been talking to me while I'm playing, telling me I missed something. No, you got to go back.
Don't you just love that?
Question. I love it.
Hey, you missed that item over there.
Because I haven't played that game since '97, so I'm looking forward to going through the entire thing. Yeah. And of course, if you go to Fat Steven's channel, you can see all the Fortnite streams. But don't forget that on Monday he does a Babylon 5 show, and on Wednesday it's I forget what we named it. What did you end up naming it for Wednesday?
We got
this buttered.
Yeah, we got this buttered. I love that.
Doesn't even remember the name.
I remember
fucking working 70 hours a week. I can't remember everything. I really can't. I'm doing 3 things: this show, your show, T-shirt show, and then I'm working a 40-hour-a-week regular job, and then I'm also drawing comic books regularly. So it's like, I just kind of want to punch a baby sometimes, and I love babies.
After or before you punch them?
No, way before. Way before I punch him. But, well, I guess we're done here. I've got nothing more to say. Thank you, Steven. Thanks, Jed. Wish Viking could have made it.
Yeah.
Too bad about everybody else. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with Purple. I haven't heard from her. And,
I hope she's okay and there's no more problems, so.
Yeah, all this shit going on in people's lives, it sucks.
Oh, dude, yeah, it really does. And Weekdown had his last stream last night, and we were on it. I was on it. Mark was on it. A couple others were on it.
What do you mean last stream? What's going on with Wakedown?
He's moving out here from all the way across the country out here to Arizona, where I'm at. So you may see a Wakedown.
Arizona's a place you move away from, not to.
Yeah, I know, but he said it's the better. He's one of the better choices he decided on, so it was up to him. So,
well, I want to thank our chat, Kylock, Socks, Dadman Walking. Who else showed up? Tim Possible. Let's see. Scrolling up. Jace, of course, showed up for a little bit. My Keith and my buddy Jacob was here. Justin Shields, master of the TDS. Gosh, old redneck, good guy. And Real Wade Nation.
And Kylock.
Yeah, I mentioned Kylock. Wolvie 181. The real Sean Crummell was here. And Multiverse Productions. And that's pretty much something. Yeah, I didn't miss anybody.
Oh, Gary, I do want to say I will probably be doing Nick's comic book stream tonight. We're talking about Superman 78. And then I don't know if I'll be on Matt's show tonight yet. I don't know. It's a week by week.
Everybody
basis.
Tune in, man. Tune in. And I want to, of course, thank our buddy Zax, who is now our backstage guy controlling the chat and stuff. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being part of the party. And I want to thank the chat. And I think that's pretty much it. I don't have anybody else to thank except for Keith.
Yeah.
I want to thank Gerry. Great job, Gerry.
And Martin, there you go.
Martin's been at the supermarket.
Martin Acosta Santana. Thank you for being here, buddy. We're gonna fuck off now. So this is the end of the show.
Goodbye, chocolate mousse. I'll never forget you. Goodbye, Ducroix. Take care of yourself. Goodbye, Deja Vu. I'll always remember you. And I'll miss you most of all, Scarecrow.